The RCMP should stop protecting Trudeau. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Last week I posted a video where I was of the opinion that the RCMP shouldn't be conducting corruption investigations because they were ill-suited for the job since they were under the control of Parliament. I thought about including this topic on that video, but although they're similar, they are quite different, so I figured this topic deserved its own video. If you haven't seen last week's video, I will put a link to it in the description below. I assume that most of you know that the RCMP provides protection for the Prime Minister. They also provide protection to other VIPs and government officials who require that protection. But are they really the appropriate agency to be providing that protection? It's my opinion that they aren't, and here's why. The primary purpose of the police, in my opinion, is to protect people's rights, their person, and their property. So why then shouldn't they protect the Prime Minister? Well, it's because of their secondary purpose, and that is enforcing the law. Protecting VIPs and the Prime Minister could potentially put them in a conflict of interest. To illustrate that point, I'm going to relate a story. This story dates back around 50 years or so, and it was essentially a rumor that carried on through the force even during my time in the force. Now, I don't know how true it is, so I'm not going to give away any identifying details. I'm not going to tell you where it was or who the protectee was, but I think that many of you will figure it out. And if you do think you know who it is, feel free to put it in the comments below. I will not be able to confirm or deny your suspicions, but I'd like to know how many of you guess right. So around 50 years ago, the RCMP was protecting this particular VIP, and it was a long-term protection detail. So they were protecting him year after year, and several members were posted to his protection detail. Rumor has it that they would go around this protectee's home spraying cans of air freshener to cover up the smell of burning cannabis. And as a side note, this particular protectee used to have the munchies in the middle of the night and would get up and make sandwiches. And he would also share these sandwiches to his protection detail. In Canada, back in the day, cannabis was illegal. It's not like today where it's no big deal anymore. Had they been on general duty, they would be seizing the drugs and charging the people they found using the drugs. But because they were on protective duty, they couldn't do that. In fact, they signed an extra piece of paper under the Official Secrets Act that obliged them to keep everything that they learned about the protectee secret while they were protecting him. This, of course, was due to some of the top secret nature of conversations that they may overhear, etc., because of the protectee's position. So in addition to their top secret clearance, they signed this extra piece of paper, this extra oath, as it were. And if they violated that extra oath, they could themselves be prosecuted. Now, if they became aware of something truly evil, such as homicide or sexual assault, I'm sure there were exceptions. But for these minor crimes, they'd be risking their job and jail time if they revealed them. So you might be asking yourself, where's the line? What criminal activity would they allow and what wouldn't they? But as a police officer, should they allow any? I personally don't think so. And that's really the crux of this matter. Police officers are allowed to use discretion, but is it really discretion if they're told not to enforce the law? It essentially creates a different class of Canadian, the protected class and everybody else. I personally don't think that's right. And that's why I think an agency specifically designed to protect VIPs, including politicians, similar to the Diplomatic Protection Service in the United States, whose only job they have is to protect their protectee. They're not regular police officers. Sure, they will investigate threats to the protectee, but nothing else. That's why I didn't use the Secret Service in this example, because they do actually have other law enforcement duties, such as investigating counterfeiting. Many people have commented on my videos that they don't think the RCMP should protect Trudeau, and I agree. I think it's a potential conflict of interest. I'm not saying they're actively covering up any of his corruption, but the fact that they are protecting him does cast a shadow over the RCMP. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to know what you think. Put your comments below. And while you're down there, please like this video, share with your friends and on social media. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Oh, and before you go, there is a link in the description urging Mary Simon, the Governor General, to dissolve Parliament and call an early election. If you agree with that, I encourage you to follow that link and sign the petition. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.